Hello student, in previous video we have seen about the Mendel and his work on inheritance. As we know that due to his contribution it is known as the father of genetics. Genetics means it is one kind of branch of biology in that the study of gene and genome is occurred. So the Mendel was known as the father of genetics and he started experiment on the plant breeding and hybridization, and he also proposed the law of inheritance in living organism. For his experiment, as we see that he chose the garden pea, and the scientific name of garden pea, it's a setworm, and he used a number of contrasting characteristic of a garden pea. And for his experiment, he mainly chose the 7 characteristic. In that, the first one, that the flower color, flower position, the shape of the seed, pod shape, pod color, and the height of the plant. So he focused mainly on these 7 characteristics. Later on, he also gave the importance why he is to choose the garden pea only. There are lots of many plant as well, but he chose for his experiment a garden pea because there is some of the importance characteristic of a pea plant. That's why he selected a garden pea only for his experiment. The first character that the availability and detectable contrasting traits of a several characteristic means we can easily detect the contrast characteristic in the pea plant. As we discussed, there are mainly 7 kinds of characteristic. The Mendel will focus on the pea plant while his experiment. The second importance that advantage of using a pea plant, that the short lifespan of the plant, so we can get the immediate result, means as compared to other plant the germination period is a short, and due to that the short lifespan of the plant we can get the result earlier as compared to the other plants. The third the major character, that's normally allow the self fertilization. Generally all the plants do the self fertilization, but the pea plants also allow to cross fertilization. So this is also one kind of advantages. And the last one, that is of a large number of seed produce. The pea plant produce the large number of seed, so we can also calculate the seed structure, calculate the seed shapes and all, and we can easily conclude. So these are the character due to that the Mendel chose the pea plant, means the Pisum setworm, for his experiment. And Mendel's experiment, he conducted a series of the experiment in which he first of all focused the one character only at a time. Means he do the several experiment, but at a one time he only focus on the one character at a time. So the Mendel's experiment, the Mendel conducted a series of experiment in which the cross-pollinated plants to study a one character at a time. Then according to the focusing on the characteristic, he give the name of the experiment like a monohybrid cross, dihybrid cross, etc. Now in this video we will discuss about the monohybrid cross. What is the meaning of monohybrid cross and this experiment? Basically what Mendel do, that we will study. So in monohybrid cross, the cross is occur between the two pea plant with one pair of contrasting characteristic. Then it is called the monohybrid cross. Here we are focusing only a one character, but that is of contrasting. For example, suppose the one pea plant has a tall plant, have a character of tallness, means it is occur tall in nature. Whereas the another one that is of a dwarf in nature, means who is a short in height. So he focus on the height character only. So the cross between the two pea plants with one pair of contrasting characteristic, then it is called the monohybrid cross. Let's give one example. In monohybrid cross, the Mendel choose the two kinds of plant as focus on a height only. He do the cross between the tall and the dwarf plant. He selected one a pure tall plant and the another one that is of pure dwarf plant, means which is a short in height. And then he is do the cross between the tall plants and the dwarf plant. And then after he see observation and then he is give the conclusion. Here you can see in the first generation, means at the first time he choose the completely tall plant, and his genotype is also a pure, means the capital T, capital T. Here the capital T, that is of a gene who is responsible for the tallness character of this tall plant. Same like here you can see for the short, the small t is denoted. Here it is responsible gene, means the small t which is responsible gene for the shortness characteristic. So here in the first generation he took the same, means a pure genotype of the plant, one who is a surely, means a completely responsible for the tallness, and he gives a name a capital T, and the another one that is of it is completely short, means it possesses the small t genotype. Here the small t which is responsible for the short characteristic. So in the first generation he crossed between the tall plant and short plant, means between the here the cross is occur between the capital T into small t. So whatever plants we get in the next generation, that is all the plants we get a tall plant. But the genotype, these plants are tall, but its genotype is a capital T, small t. Here you can observe that the small t is also there, which is responsible for the shortness of the height. But we get all the plants a heighted one, means all the plants we get the tall. So he concluded that here all the plants shows the tallness character. That means the T character, capital T, it is a dominant one. Why dominant one? Because in the next generation, the expressive character is only a tall, means the heighted one. And for height of the plant, heighted plant, the gene is responsible, that is of capital T. That's why it is given as a dominant name. Here the capital T who is responsible for the excuse me, tallness of the plant. So it become a dominant. But the question is that here in the plant, the other genotype that is of T, and this small t is responsible for the shortness of the plant. But in the next generation, we can't get this kind of short type of plant. All plant that we get, it is all are the tall in nature. Here in the genotype small t is there, but it is not expressed in the next generation. That means in the presence of dominant character, this recessive character will suppress. So here the small t, that is become a recessive gene. Recessive gene means which is present in the plant but it cannot express their character in the presence of dominant character, dominant gene. Here the T, capital T is a dominant one. Dominant one means who can express their characteristic. And the small t, it is become a recessive. Recessive means in the presence of a dominant character, it cannot express their character. It is a suppressed one. So in the next generation, means the F2 generation, we get all the plants tall, but the genotype it is a capital T, small t. Now the question is arise, can we get every time the tall plants only because the capital T plants, T is a dominant character. So what about this small t? So in every case we only get the dominant can express their character in next generation. No, whenever the genotype it is of a recessive, both the gene are of a recessive, at that time it is expressed. Here you can see, here the both the gene are a capital a small t, which is responsible for the short plant. So in this case only it is expressed because here the dominant character is not there. But in case of presence of dominant character only, it can suppress. Now let's see the next one. Here about the F2 generation. Now here we can see in the F2 generation we get all the tall plants, and the genotype it is of a capital T and the small t. Now in F3 generation what we do, this F2 generation crossbreed means we do the crossbreeding between this tall plant but who has a genotype capital T small t capital T small t. Then we get a 3:4 ratio means a 3 plant that we got a tall one means the heighted one, and the 1 plant only that we get the short heighted. That means here as I explain you, whenever the dominant character is not there, at that time the recessive character will express. Here you can see the both are the small t. These both are the recessive one. But here the dominant character capital T is not there. So in such a condition it's express their character. Means in small t in such a case the plant is become a short heighted. In the first case, the capital T means the both are the dominant one and both are the purely responsible for the tallness of the plant. So this plant is become a tall. In second case, we get the capital T, small t genotype. But here you can see that the capital T is that. That means it is a dominant character. So if the dominant gene is present at that time, the recessive character will not express. So for the dominant character T, the dominant gene which is responsible for the tallness of the plant. So this plant is also become a tall. In third case as well, the same like the second one, the dominant gene is present. Due to that, it shows that on character means the tallness character, and the small t is also present, but due to the dominance gene the small t will not express their own characteristic like a short plant. And here at the last you can see this both are the small t. That means here the no any kind of dominance gene is that for the height tall one. Capital T is not there. Both are the small t. So in such a case, this T will express. Means this recessive character will express. So in this generation we get the 3:1 ratio means the 3 plants we get the heighted one and the 1 plant that is of short heighted one. Let's see theory part. In the first generation or F1 progeny are no medium height plant. All are tall plant as we see that in first generation all are a heighted one tall plant. But in second generation means the F2 progeny of the F1 tall plants are not all tall plants. Both the tallness and the shortness traits were inherited in the F1 plant. But only the tallness traits was expressed. Thus, the 2 copies of the traits are inherited in each sexually reproducive organism, and these 2 may be identical or may be a different depending on the percentage. Let's see one more time. Here you can see the cross between the 2 pea plants with the 1 pair of contrasting characteristic is called the monohybrid, and in monohybrid experiment the Mendel focused on the height character of the pea plant. So he crossed between the tall and the dwarf means the shorted heighted plant, and he take the pure genetically tall plants and pure genetically short plant, and he do the cross and the F2 generation, it got all the tall plants. And the genotype of this plant, it is a capital T and the small t. And here, due to the dominancy of capital T, the small t is become a recessive who cannot express their character. So in F2 generation, we got the all the plants tall. Whereas in if you are do the cross between the F2 generation, which is a genotypically capital T small t1. So in next generation we get the 3:1 ratio. That means the three plants are a tall and the one plant that we get the short one, means the draft one. So in the first generation, or you can say the F1 progeny, are no medium height, means this one. No medium height plants and all the plants were tall. Whereas in second generation of the F1 tall plants are not all tall plants. One we can get the short one. Both the tallness and the shortness traits were inherited in the F1 plants. But only the tallness trait was expressed because the capital T which become a dominant one. So the tallness character only the express here. And thus the two copies of the traits are inheritance in each sexually reproducing organ. And these two may be identical, or you can say they may be a different depending on the percentage. In next video we will see about the pure or a homozygote condition. Thank you.